How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. So in today's video I'm gonna play just a couple of random battles with the random decks, of course, against my subscribers here on the channel, but also against pretty much anyone who would like to play and participate in today's live stream. So just a second, I'm just trying to copy the link on my Facebook page. And yeah, basically, I will try to answer on some questions if any of you guys would like to ask something. So let's first try to challenge somebody here, as usual, with one of my decks that I actually have here. Alright, I will just go randomly, and then pick one of my decks. So looks like I can play with something like Mega Odino. Actually, that's interesting deck to play. But my opponent is already in the game. Anybody that's not in the game that would like to play? Looks like nobody. Okay, let's go to the versus ladder for now. Before I get first challenge. I'm actually gonna play with the Rhyperior deck because it's a very interesting deck. I played earlier today with it. I also uploaded that deck to my YouTube channel, and I was actually very surprised how good that deck was actually in real life. So I'm starting first here. So let's take the look at the opening hand. Okay, not bad. Carbink is here, Rhyhorn is here, Energy, Sycamore. I really like my opening hand, to be honest. Pretty decent turn one. Okie dokie. So I was also gonna say, if you guys actually have Pokemon cards that you really don't need, like common and uncommons, trainers, special energies, you can actually trade them. Send to TCGcastle.com. I actually do that already. You can send 1,400 cards in exchange for a Sun and Moon booster box. It's definitely a good deal in my opinion, if you ask me. I'm gonna play Wally here for my Rhydon. There we go. Then I can attach one of my energies. I can then set up for 3. What can I find with my setup? A rare candy. Alright. I need to be very smart playing against my opponent because he's running Zoroarks, and if I want to have 5 Pokemons in play, then he can go for a one-hit knockout, so I need to be very cautious here. That's the rule number 1. I'm building a lot of different decks, like I did. I think that I build over probably 700 different decks in my life. Maybe even more. I actually built maybe even more decks in my life. And basically, probably from the black and white until the latest set, actually, that is legal right now. Probably I know pretty much every staple card, what that card can do. That's just amazing. I'm thinking about taking one more Rhyhorn here, just because I have that V-Seeker for that Wally. Alright, so 2 Rhydons, I do have that Floatstone, and to be honest, I'm thinking about retreating my Carbink down to my another Carbink. In my opinion, it just does not make any sense to keep my Carbon Break in front, because I can't power up my energies, I can't do any significantly damage to my opponent Immortal because he's resistance minus 20, so I guess it's better to run down to my bench, simply. Okay, so another M. I can definitely say to my opponent, thanks a lot, mate, for being kind, nice here, and oh no, Enhanced Hammer. Gosh, okay. Okay, still Sycamore is the way to go, definitely. But I first need to get Sycamore here with the Trainer's Mail, and I really hope I'm gonna get one, definitely. I really hope I'm gonna get one. There is Oblivion Wing, which is gonna be another 40 damage, and yeah, 1 energy for that Evil Toll. Oh, thanks a lot for that top deck. Give me one Ultra Ball. Give me one Ultra Ball with the Trainer's Mail. Ha, okay. Nice, 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 very nice. Ultra Ball for, let me see. Carbon Break, of course. And right now, I actually want to attach just a regular basic Fighting Energy to that Carbon and Sycamore for 7. Okay, so another Rhyperior, and I feel pretty strong right now. I can go with my Diamond Gift and use the advantage of attaching 2 strong energies to one of my Rhyperiors on the bench. And right now this Hammer Arm in theory can strike for 140. To one-hit knock at my opponent Evoltal EX, that's just impossible. That's just impossible. 161. 160 is the max damage I can actually go. 160 is the max damage. But on the other side, yeah, that Evil Ball is going to be very powerful. Sycamore for 7. Okay. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about those GX cards. I think that those new GX cards are pretty cool. They look amazing. I also like the fact that they actually print the regular card, the full art card, and also some kind of the secret full art card. But hopefully those secret full art cards, or whatever we want to call them, are gonna be much more in value, because I simply don't like to see something like the secret rare Alakazam EX that just worth like $5. It's just insane in my opinion. Okay, what do I need here? I need Lysander. Lysander is actually a good card, and it can help me a lot. So, Trainer's Mail, nope, it's not gonna happen. Just another Floatstone. I can use advantage of the Floatstone here, definitely. I'm gonna attach 1 Double Course Energy, and I'm gonna play my Floatstone to my Rhyperior. More than that, I can Sycamore for 7 always. And I actually need to do that because I need 2nd strong energy in my discard pile. There we go. But still no sign of the... I don't know what is going on. I still don't see a Lysander, and I really need that Lysander so I can somehow take advantage Lysander in my opponent Evoltal. It's going to be very important. But yeah, definitely Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon is definitely one interesting set. And I think that the meta is actually going to change by a lot. It's going to change dramatically. And that Umbreon GX is just broken because you can have turn 1 90-30 without any problems. Of course, with the help of the Max Elixirs and stuff like that. I think the Darkness decks, again, are going to be very powerful, especially with that new Umbreon. Okay, so Max Elixir for probably Yveltal without energy. Interesting thing is that my opponent is down to 17 cards. And another Oblivion Wing, just for 30. That's because I have the right barriers with the Rock Wall, for those that actually don't know about it. And I have Olympia in my hand. I'm gonna use the advantage of the Olympia here. Or maybe not. That's not something that I can use as advantage. I simply missed the opportunity to knock out that Evil Tall. Well, I guess it's time for some serious damage. $120, but still I can discard at least. Oh, Delinquent. That was decent discard. That was definitely decent discard. I don't want to waste my resources because I'm somehow thinking about limiting my opponent bench space and also be able to maybe take advantage by putting pressure with my end down to my opponent. On the other side, he right now can go for 80, 120, 140, 160, so he can go for 140 with his Evil Tall EX. If he wants to knock me out with the Evil Ball, he's definitely gonna need one more double course energy on right now current active Evil Tall EX. And he managed to get one. Okay, so all in one. Well, that Evil Ball is going to be for 170. Even if I had another Rhyperior in play, he still would be knocked out. So, first prize taken for my opponent. It's time for another Diamond Gift, of course, and it's maybe even time to set up another... It's definitely time to set up another Rhyhorn and another Rhyperior. I simply need them. Energy from hand, and that's gonna be one more Diamond Gift. Unfortunately, in this situation for 0 damage, but my opponent definitely needs to retreat or actually stand in and knocks me out with his Zoroark. But I simply don't see how I can actually win. I mean, still he need to take 5 more prize cards. That's something, but... Oh, Trainer's Mail. Maybe if he played that Sycamore. Oh, Enhanced Hammer. Okay. Double Course Energy discarded. That's interesting. Ultra Ball played. So right now it's time to use that N, I guess, for that advantage, forcing my opponent to take a couple more cards, but also I'm gonna draw 6 cards, and that's not that good, because I only have 11. Oh, he decided to go with the Sycamore for 7, so he's down to 6. Okay, stand in for the 100. That's enough for the knockout. What the heck? Okay. Why in the world would he do that? So I managed to buy a turn here. Okay. Well, I don't know what he was thinking about, but that was one huge misplay from my opponent. Yeah, I can definitely say that. What I need here is definitely energy, Rhyhorn. I can take also Rhyperior, and since I have one more rare candy, let's go with another Carbink. It's time for M. Okay, there is rare candy, but no Son of the Rhyperior, so I'm gonna use just my Diamond Gift, and I'm gonna attach 2 double course energies down to my Rhyhorn. Unfortunately, I need to do that, so I don't have another option. So yeah, something like Team Rocket's Handiwork might be a very good idea for this build, because right now I could just go with two heads in the coin flip and put my opponent down to like 2 cards and then just promote my repair, use Hammer Arm, discard the top card of my opponent deck, and at the beginning of his next turn he would just deck him out, and that would be it. So of course it's going to be stand-in, of course it's going to be Mind Jack for the knockout right now. Then I can knock out his Zorark and promote my Rhyperior and still be able to have another Carbink in play with the Safeguard, which will be enough to block my opponent Evil Talus from being able to attack. There we go, 100 damage. Time for my Rhyperior, of course, to be promoted. It's more than enough for the knockout here. There is no doubt about that. I can play Wooly, but simply... What? Did I? No, you got... Oh gosh, no rare candy? Oh, it's in my hand. Okay, everything is fine. Hammer Arm for a 320. It's a little bit late, as usual. I'm starting to be tired, but there we go, there's another Rhydon, so I'm gonna have 2 more Hyperions in play sooner or later, that's for sure. That's gonna be a big deal. That's gonna be a big deal. Okay, so I'm prepared for the next turn with my Carving Break. I still need to somehow deck out my opponent by forcing him to draw 4 cards. He played 2 copies of N and only single V-Seeker, so he's gonna be a little bit harder than I actually think. Okay, so Strong Energy as a top deck is a very nice card. Diamond Gift for 20. 2 Strong Energies to be attached. Did he play Lysander? I didn't see. I didn't see Lysander from my opponent coming yet. Okay, so another Mind Jack Zorark is in play. And with the double Chorus Energy, that Mind Jack Zorark will just knock on my Carbink. Ugh, I don't want to see that. Definitely. There is stand-in. Will there be a double Chorus Energy for the 70? Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just gonna be retreat down to the Evil Tal, and it is. That's a very, very important, because right now I can take advantage, maybe even Sky Returning here. Oh, there's a Center Lady. Okay, it's a 1 less card in his hand, that's for sure. That's good for me. And 50, so that's a lot of damage. Alright, Ultra Bold. First I'm gonna play Special Charge. Second thing I'm gonna play, it's gonna be... Not sure, really. I can go for 80 with my takedown. That's gonna be enough for the knockout. I'm afraid definitely about Zorark, but he is going all in with those Evil Tals. Somehow I feel I don't need Shamy and Rare Candy anymore. And I need to have that Rhyperior on my bench because it's going to be untouchable, that's for sure. And still I can go for the 80 here. Not going to be enough for the knockout, but it's going to be 60. And I'm going to take 10 damage counters back. So still I can force my opponent to promote his maybe Evil Toll in the front to knock me out. Then I can still buy maybe a time playing my Carbink and being able to set up another Carbink. But yeah, V-Seeker for N, it's definitely going to be a fun, big advantage for my opponent. And I know that he have at least one V-Seeker sitting in his hand. So there is a stand-in, but still he need double Course Energy. I see only 2 double Course Energies in play, 2 cards left, like 8 cards in his hand and 3 prize cards left. Oh, actually retreat down to that Evil Toll EX. Alright, so 150. At the end, that ends pretty good. You can take one more prize. Another V-Seeker. I really miss my Lysander. Really, I miss my Lysander. Yep, Diamond Gift. Only for 20. So, a Flare Grant. Okay. No point of playing that because he can still just use Oblivion Wing and knock me out. Gosh, where's my Lysander? He's down to 1 card. And decide to attach double Course Energy to the Evil Toll? Well, my top deck needs to be simply Carbink. That's the only card that can actually help me right now. Or actually not. It's a GG. So, yeah, it's a GG. Because I can just Hammer Arm and force my opponent to discard a top deck. And he can't draw anything. So at the end, actually, that's a victory. That's an insane victory. That's a crazy victory, but it's a victory. Okay. Definitely, the card that needs to go in this deck is 1 copy of Team Rocket Handiwork. That's the card that needs to go in this deck. At least 1 copy of Handiwork. And I think it's going to be a very good card because you can force your opponent, if you get heads on the coin flip, to discard 2 cards from his deck. So I definitely like the Handiwork. I don't know if anybody would like to play, but I'm going to accept those friend requests. So if you guys would like to play, just send me a bell request or challenge. And I'm looking forward to play against you. What do we have here? A Meganium deck. Let's try Raichu Break. Let's try Raichu Break deck. Okay, let's see what do we have in Raichu. Okay, so waiting my opponent to load the game, and it's gonna be heads as usual. Heads. Yes. I'm starting first. Raikou, Pikachu, Trainer's Mail, Ultra Ball, Bridget. Oh, I love to see Bridget in my opening hand. That's something that I really like to see, because Opening hand Bridget is something like Ultra Ball for Hoopa, even better in my opinion, because I can just set up, and that's the most important thing. So I can put 2 Walters on my bench. I can also Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail for N. Yeah, I guess I can grab that N for Ultra Ball. But for now, I'm gonna be fine. For now, I'm definitely gonna be fine. And turn 2, I can Ultra Ball for Electrode. Then I can knock on my Electrode, attach energies down to my Raikou, and then try to get 1 more energy so I can go for 110. That's going to be a lot of damage counters. So I definitely need to use advantage of my Electrodes before he actually played that Trubbish into the Garbodor, so it definitely makes a lot of sense. Oh, say hello to Shamin. Shamin is definitely gonna be an easy target. It's an easy work. Shamin is definitely a easy work. Of course, if he don't have Pearl City. Alright, Skylar for Floatstone. It's gonna be for Trubbish. It's gonna be for Trubbish. And I don't like to see that, because right now I need Fighting Fury Belt if I want to somehow survive 120 damage from his Mega Caesar. There we go, 0. Oh no, I'm fine. I have actually a resistance minus 20, so I don't need to worry. 50 plus 3, 110. Yes, that's all I need. Ultra Ball. It's gonna be for Electrode. I also like that Thunderclap shot Raichu. It looks very interesting, but it's just 90 HP. I'm thinking about maybe even attaching energy to my Pikachu so I can go with my Thunderclap against those opponent Pokemon ZX in play. Huge advantage is definitely resistance minus 20 for me. That's definitely one of the biggest advantage here. I'm gonna play Sycamore for 7. If I can get a Lighting Energy, I'm definitely gonna play it, but I don't see Lighting Energy, so Trainer's Mail is the way to go. It's a Brock's Grit and the Rough Seas. Somehow I feel this is gonna hurt me a lot. So I'm gonna actually use the advantage to retreat down to my Raichu and actually hitting my opponent just for the 60. Actually for 40. I did a tiny misplay here. He can knock on my Raichu, but I didn't do a good job. I didn't do a good job because I didn't get a Lighting Energy, and basically, if I didn't retreat my Raikou, I would lose both energies here, and like I didn't do nothing because his Mega Caesar can actually use that Iron Crusher in this card. Either way, Special Energy or Stadium from play. Oof, you gotta be kidding me that he actually did that. Well, this is a very big misplay. Really it is. And I didn't expect to see something like that, to be honest. So right now I can play Ultra Ball and I can get myself Ultra Ball for maybe even that Raichu breaks, I can go for 170 plus 40. It's not going to be enough for the knockout. But I can surprise my opponent from nowhere, actually. Okay, there is another Pikachu, there is Raikou, there is Electrode, and Lightning Energy sitting in my hand. What does that mean? Is that I can actually simply retreat here. Of course, I'm going to use my Zap Thunder. There is no doubt about that. I simply need to do that before he actually managed to somehow get his Garbodor in play. But I'm going to strike with my Circle Circuit for 80. And basically next turn, I can just knock him out with my Raichu break. I need only one card, and that's the Lysander. Lysander is going to be a big card here, that's for sure. Because with the Lysander, I can Lysander Hoopa and then just start to use my Thunderous Club Shot and spread 50 damage around the board, so that's going to be good. Okay, another V-Seeker, this time for, oh my goodness, for the Deliquant. I guess I'm gonna depend on the top deck. 100 damage. I'm gonna lose my Double Course energy, actually Electrode energy. Oh nice, another Trainer's Mail for the Sycamore. Yes, it is. It is Professor Sycamore for 7. No energy for me. That's not good. That's definitely not good. But at least there is Lysander. And I'm thinking about doing this. Retreating down to my Raikou and passing my turn, pretending like I don't have anything, but I do have Floatstone that I don't want to spoil to my opponent, because next turn I can Lysander his Hoopa and start to use my Thunderous Club, of course with the Floatstone for the retreat. And somehow I feel this is gonna be one very interesting turn for me. I just need to be patient. I feel I can win this. There is a V-Seeker for Lysander, of course. And it's gonna be down to my Raichu with a Thunderous Club, so it's 110. It's enough for the knockout. Ah, come on. I didn't survive for that turn to take advantage. However, I still have Lysander. I still have that Lysander, so... I guess I'm gonna use it. I definitely feel bad about that V-Seeker for Lysander from my opponent's side. Really, I feel bad about that. Because that Thunderous Club would be so powerful against those EXs. Oh, he even had a Floatstone in his hand. Ah, come on. Yeah, I was going all in, but at the end it turns out to be very bad all in. However, one Double Color's energy will be pretty good for me. So right now I can use V-Seeker for that N, put my opponent down to 2 cards. I could even go with the teammates, simply get that Double Course energy for sure, but I did a risk, and that risk actually pay off. So that's gonna be an easy knockout right now for 170 with that Grand Bolt. And right now he does not have Spirit Link, and also he don't have Mega Caesar energy. It will depend on which 2 cards he managed to get. For next turn I do have Brock's Grid, which means that I can recycle a lot of resources back into my deck. Alright, there is another energy, so at least he can go for 110 with that Gale Trust. It's gonna be enough for the Nugget against my Raichu, which means that I'm going to put him down to 1 card with my N. Or maybe not. Oh, come on. A V-Seeker for Skyla? Will that be for... I don't know. For the Sycamore? I guess that's not gonna happen, my friend. I'm gonna end you down again to 1 card. Well, I take the risk here attaching that Lighting Energy. And that's basically just because with the Lighting Energy, my opponent can strike for 20 less. And hopefully he's gonna just attack me with that Gale Trust for 50. Yes, he will. He will. Next turn I can go for 70 with my Thunderlance. Okay, so 70 plus 70 plus 70 more. I need top deck energy, definitely. Actually, I don't need. It's the same. I need to strike 2 more times. And then I need Lysander for that shaving. And he Mega Evolved. Okay. Brock's Grid. Pretty good card. So another Thunderlance for 70. And he's down to 140, which means that I desperately needs to get energy card. And it needs to be Lighting Energy, not a double course energy. It needs to be a Lighting Energy. Okay, so end down to 1. I'm gonna end down to 4, but still nothing good here. So 100, 70, 90, 230, that's gonna be enough. That's gonna be enough. I have V-Seeker. Can I get something with the V-Seeker like a Professor Sycamore? Yes, I can. But then I will be short for that V-Seeker for Lysander and for the victory. So I'm gonna take a risk. And I need Lighting Energy. I didn't get Lighting Energy. I stuck here without Lighting Energy. Yep, I simply need to retreat. And right now, if he can get Lysander, then the game is over. There's Olympia. A very important 30 damage heal off. Oh my goodness, I should choose Sycamore for 7. Knocking out his Caesar. Sometimes I actually need to take a risk. But I don't take a risk. And that's 100. What can save me here? I guess Raichu for 100 plus, but I'm not gonna be able to retreat, so that's the game loss here, actually. Really, it is. Sycamore for 7. Well, there is Pikachu, there is another Pikachu, and there was also Raichu and Ultra Ball, and still I would go just for the 100, and that would not be enough for the knockout. But yeah. So just a 70. That Olympia actually shook me a little bit, and yeah, that Olympia shook me a little bit, but also that Iron Crusher, Unexpectable, also was too much. So it's the fit. It's the fit, but almost I managed to get back from nowhere. So moving on to another game. Here is the deck list. Here's the deck list, just in case if you guys wonder what the deck looks like. Oh, I know what I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Hockey X in this game. Okay, so I did want to coin flip, so I'm starting first with a Mr. Mime in the front. Okay, I didn't play this deck in a while, so probably I'm gonna lag a little bit at the beginning of the game. But hopefully I can win. But even if I don't win, it really doesn't matter. It's all about having fun. So, one Ultra Ball for 2 energies, of course. There is Hoopa, and that's very important. Okay, so my turn 1 is definitely going to be more than promising. Okay, so 2 copies of Ho-Oh on my turn 1 with the Shaman and a Max Elixir for the Grass Energy. Alright, so 1 Grass Energy, 1 Ho-Oh for me. That's gonna be 1 Escape Rope just because I can, down to Ho-Oh without energy, and then I can play my Shaman for 4. Okay, Fighting Fury Belt. A Trainer's Mail 4, maybe a Floatstone. Yes, that's a good call. I think I should actually get Olympia instead of the Floatstone. And then just Olympia to my Shaman to have that Olympia in my discard pile. Or maybe just this. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. 3 copies of Max Elixirs. The first one, no energy. Okay, let's first play Trainer's Mail for that Super Road. Then I'm gonna play that Super Road to recycle back Shaman in 2 energies. Then I'm gonna play Max Elixir. The reason I don't want to attach my Water Energy is just because that I don't know what kind of the energy I'm gonna get. And right now, since I have 3 energies attached to my Ho, I just need 1 more Max Elixir for that Lighting Energy. And there is no Lighting Energy. But I can always use Grass, for example. Okay, that's gonna be it. For now, I'm gonna pass, and hopefully my opponent will be able to remove my Pearl City, because it's very important for me to get that Shaman again next turn. And yep, thanks a lot, mate. So I can Ultra Ball for Shane, and I can then find my Smurgle, Sycamore, Lighting Energy somehow in my discard pile. So okay, there is M. Even better. Even better, there is one M. And also Lighting Energy. That's fine. I can Ultra Ball for that Lighting Energy and take the Smurgle. Alright. Oh, is that all? Looks like it is. Okay, so what to do next? Definitely escape rope because I want to take it. I want to damage his Xerneas. But before I do that, I'm gonna use my second code and swap one grass energy with one of my lighting energies. There we go. And I can still attach one water energy down to my Ho on the bench. To use advantage against my opponent right now, the best card would be definitely Delinquent, but I don't have it, so I can just Sycamore for 7. Another Smurgle for me, and one Elemental Feeder for 140. It's not enough for the knockout, but it's 140 damage, and basically next turn in theory, if I can somehow find Lysander, I can take 3 prize knockout against Xerneas and against his Hoopa EX, so just need to be patient and see if that somehow can happen. So he decides to pass his turn. I'm gonna just use another Elemental Feeder, and that's gonna be a 1 prize knockout. Okay, this teammates is actually a huge because right now he can take the teammates for 2 cards, and one is an XP share, Rainbow Energy to Jolteon. Okay, it makes a lot of sense definitely, but I'm prepared for the Jolteon because I do have that Escape Probe, but I also have Pokemon Ranger. I don't have any more Escape Rope. I actually played both of them, so Escape Rope, it's not gonna happen. Oh, Jolteon for the Swift. That's cool. That's definitely cool. So Swift for 30. I can use Elemental Feeder without problem. Time for the Grass Energy. Time for the Professor Leather to see what do I have left in my deck. Yep, I have Ranger, so what do I need to do here is definitely to play my N. I could even go with the Sycamore, but it's fine. Okay, since I have Fire Energy attached to my Ho, I can heal 50 damage, and I can use my Elemental Feeder and strike 30 damage at the bench. He's, yeah, definitely Hoopa. Okay, 150. So next turn I can take 4 prize cards. How? Basically, I can Lysander that Genesect, and with the Genesect, weak. Oh no, Genesect is actually weak on fire. I'm Colress type. Okay, never mind. I can knock out Hoopa. The first time Hawk was introduced in Neo Genesis. No, it was in a Neo Revolution. It was 90 HP fire Pokemon, if I remember right, with 3 different attacks. I don't know why they switch Ho in a colorless type. I don't know. Really, I don't know why they did that. But okay. So next turn I have guaranteed a 4-prize knockout. Of course I'm gonna use my Purifying Fire. I'm gonna use the Lysander down to that Hoopa. And I can say goodbye to my opponent Hoopa and Jolteon in 1/3. Since the Jolteon actually goes to the bench, the Flash Ray effect is not working anymore because it's not anymore active Pokemon. It goes down to the bench, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Right now, guys, you can see how Ho-Oh EX is actually strong. It's a very good, it's a very decent deck. It's definitely a very decent deck. A Lysander to my Ho-Oh. Luckily I have Olympia, so I can say that this game is over, unfortunately, for my opponent. And the most important thing is that you can always heal the damage with your Purifying Fire, and you can just use that Elemental Feeder and Snipe also for the 30 damage to one of your opponent Pokemons on the bench. Being able to go for 140 with the Elemental Feeder, in my opinion, that's very powerful. Really it is. So there is a deck list that I used to play with this Ho-Oh deck. Of course, all these deck lists can be found on my YouTube channel. I have a lot of different decks that I used to play over 2 years, and a lot of work that I actually put into it. So that was pretty much it, guys, for today's live stream. I hope you guys enjoy watching this live stream. Basically, I accepted all friend requests that you guys sent to me today. Stay tuned definitely for more videos in the future. If you already didn't subscribe to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more future videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot once again for watching it and being part of it. So till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.